Welcome to the Gray Area. It's your man Kevin Gray of 105.3 The Fan. Appreciate everyone subscribing to the 105.3 The Fan YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to my channel at Kevin Gray Sports on YouTube. And you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, also at Kevin Gray Sports. The Dallas Mavericks are that much closer to the start of the 2020-2021 NBA season, with the NBA draft looming large and also free agency. We've already seen a flurry of activity across the NBA as rumors continue to swirl about James Harden potentially landing in Brooklyn. We've already seen the Milwaukee Bucks try to secure and make sure that Giannis isn't going anywhere by acquiring Jrue Holiday and others. You've seen the Phoenix Suns get better by acquiring Chris Paul. So the NBA and its teams are making moves in a flurry of action as they get ready for a furious start to the new NBA season, which starts on December the 22nd. And of course, the Dallas Mavericks, who last year went 43-32, have a golden opportunity with the 18th and 31st overall picks, and then going into free agency to try and acquire their own third star, as they look to pair that with Luka Doncic and, of course, Kristaps Porzingis. But it got me to thinking about Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, of course, 21 years old, first team All-NBA last year, and also was top 5 in the NBA MVP voting. He has put himself in position where it appears that players are thinking about and wanting more and more potentially to come to Dallas to play with the precocious superstar. And when you think about a guy in Kristaps Porzingis, especially when he's healthy, one of the best 1-2 combinations in all of the NBA, one of the best young 1-2 combinations in the NBA at that, as neither Kristaps Porzingis or Luka Doncic are 25 years old as of yet. But for Luka Doncic, this is going to be a very interesting moment for him, not just this year, but also going into the next couple of years. Because as his star continues to grow and he becomes a massive mega superstar in the NBA, I wonder if Luka Doncic will become like LeBron James or Giannis Antetokounmpo or Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant, in the sense, will he try to bend the will of the Mavericks organization to his will and continuously put the pressure on the Mavericks year after year after year to build around him to create a championship contender, much like how LeBron James did when he was in Cleveland, or more recently when Kawhi Leonard went to the Los Angeles Clippers and he sought after Paul George's services and put the pressure on the Clippers to acquire Paul George. LeBron James doing the same thing when he was in Cleveland, constantly putting pressure on Dan Gilbert to build around him, acquiring stars like a Kevin Love and others to ensure that Cleveland was continuously competing for championships. And he did the same thing in Los Angeles with the Lakers, as the Lakers continue to be pressurized by the king in order to ensure they brought in a star like Anthony Davis. And I wonder if Luka Doncic will start to be doing the same. While he isn't as nearly as demonstrative as a LeBron James or a Russell Westbrook or a James Harden or others, Luka Doncic realizes who he is and what he has in this organization, a team that has believed in him from the very beginning and thought he was going to be the one to clearly take over for Dirk Nowitzki and lead this Mavericks franchise into the next 10 to 15 years of prosperous basketball. But like any superstar, the NBA is controlled by its greatest players, and the needle moves by the way that the superstars of the game decide that needle moves. And Luka Doncic is approaching that superstar status into where he moves the needle of the NBA, especially as he continues to grow his game and become the superstar that we think he is already starting to become. And if that's the case, the Mavericks need to continue to ensure now that they are doing everything they can to satisfy Luka Doncic as he continues to go forward, because there will come a moment where he will realize the power that he wields, not just for the Mavericks, but also in the NBA as one of its faces, and that the league could go as Luka Doncic goes, as, of course, LeBron James and others start to usher out toward the ends of their career. Luka Doncic is one of those faces. And if the Mavericks want to continue to prosper and continue to get better year after year after year, they need to be proactive in ensuring that Luka Doncic doesn't have to come to them to demand certain things from Donnie Nelson and Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks brass in order to make this team better. LeBron James is very unique in how he demanded his organizations to continue to pursue greatness in terms of the stars that they brought in. Luka Doncic watched LeBron James and others build the super teams and the trios that we've seen over the last 15 years, and he's not immune to it either, because he realizes that a championship window is open now, and more so than any other era in basketball, players are defined by their championships that they win or that they don't win. It's one of the main reasons why Kevin Durant went to Golden State, because he knew that it was time for him to win a championship, and his legacy was going to be defined by the championships he did and did not win. The same is going to be for Luka Doncic as he continues to grow too. It's about the legacy of being a champion, much like his predecessor and Dirk Nowitzki. So, will Luka Doncic be more demonstrative? Will he be louder? Will he be more communicative? What will Luka Doncic do to show and put pressure on the Mavs organization to continue to build a championship team around him? Because if anything, he has seen the example of other superstars who have won championships. The LeBron Jameses of the world, the Anthony Davises of the world, all these superstars who said, I need to get other players around me or I'm leaving. Because the Mavericks don't want to get into a position where they aren't doing the kinds of winning around Luka Doncic and building around him to the point where he gets to a thought in his mind where he thinks maybe Dallas isn't the place where I need to win a championship. And I don't know if Luka isn't above that. Because like any good superstar in this league, they know that that championship window is only open for so long. And for Luka Doncic, yes, it is the beginning of that championship window now, but we all know how quickly it can close. Ask James Harden and the Houston Rockets how that's going for them, or the Boston Celtics, who have tried to play gymnastics over several years, trying to keep open a championship window that started way back in the late 2000s, of course, with Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo and their championship teams. So Luka Doncic isn't dumb. He's a smart young man, a savvy young man who has positioned himself to be a face of the Jordan brand for the next 15 to 20 years. And he also knows that the league is in the palms of his hands. And as 21 years of age, he has seen plenty of examples in front of him control the league by the narratives that they were willing to wield, by the power that they chose to use in building their championship teams. So will Luka Doncic be the same? Or will he be more like Dirk Nowitzki, who, of course, didn't necessarily demand the superstars to come to Dallas? But this is a new era and a new age, and Luka Doncic is one of the brightest, best players in all of the NBA, and he's on his way to superstar status. Will the demands of Luka Doncic meet that superstar status, much like his contemporaries in LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and others? Only time will tell if this 21-year-old superstar will demand the kinds of pressure to build around him, much like others have done in the past. We'll see. But the Dallas Mavericks appear to be very concerted in their efforts to make sure that they are proactive in building around their young superstar, so Luka Doncic doesn't have to get a thought in his mind that Dallas won't be the place for him to win championships. We'll see. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to subscribe to the 105.3 The Fan YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel also at Kevin Gray Sports. Peace.